Alright, before I talk about my thoughts on Nintendo shareholder and their financial report, my thoughts about it, and part of it also is going to be a response to Stonefox Media. I mean, it's a long time overdue. Yes, I know, since June, but of course, what happened during what happened on July. Kind of have to pay my respect, or I would like to pay my respect. Excuse me, I do apologize for that. So, but now I am finally got enough information, my thoughts on what they did say during the shareholder meeting, as well as what they did, what was the report, my thoughts about it on the financial report. But also, before I start, I want to just sort of plug this. So if you heard what happened last week, Nintendo, well, let's just say former Nintendo employee from Treehouse, Chris Pranger, got fired because of a podcast he did, and apparently there was some NDA being broken, so he sort of broke some NDA. I did give my thoughts about it and analyzed why, in my opinion, he got fired. So that will be on Vimeo exclusively, and the reason is to show that, one, it's not a clickbait. Remember, I want to say this, that anything I do is not clickbait. It's just my opinion. Nobody have to listen to it. I just want to give my thoughts about it. You agree, disagree, that's up to you. But since I am talking about someone's unfortunate fate, the reason I'm going to put in Vimeo to prevent a lot of it's like, oh man, you're just doing this, you want to give your thoughts, and you're going to put monetize, you're going to put ad in it. So by putting it on Vimeo, I can't put ads, because in Vimeo, if you want to have monetization on Vimeo, you got to go pro. And I'm not a Vimeo pro, so there you go. Fair game. That's why I'm putting it there on Vimeo. And also, it's like freaking 1 hour when I did this. But it had a lot of things to talk about, analyzing it, my thoughts about it, and of course what he did after. So again, it's also out of concern to Chris Pranger, because again, it's kind of not really, let's just say, cool to try to make money, even just monetizing to someone's misfortune. Did he basically deserve to get fired because of what he did? Maybe. He did break the NDA, in my opinion. And NDAs are very serious business. It's not something that you just slip it under the rug. So again, if you want to listen to my thoughts and my analysis, that's the word I'm looking for, my analysis of what made Nintendo fire him, because I did listen to the podcast. It was really long, but it was interesting the way he talked, the way he presented himself. I get a lot of those to happen, and I guess Nintendo said, hey, you got fired. So that's going to be on the link in the description box if you want to know my thoughts on Chris Pranger and my analysis of the podcast. So with that, this is my response to Stonefox Media. Let me try this again. This is my response to Stonefox Media on the Nintendo shareholder meeting about E3 2015. My thoughts about it, as well with the financial report that just happened. So I talked about Blip going away, Street Fighter V beta might be coming back, and now the conclusion of this V-Block batch for the month of August. Yes, there'll be an announcement about that. Is gonna be talking about Nintendo once again. So it's basically giving my thoughts on certain things on the Nintendo annual shareholder meeting, as well the result in the financial meeting. And like I said, a response to Stonefox Media. So first of all, who is Stonefox Media? Well, he's a gamer, basically gives of news, and he also gives his thoughts about the situation. But the response I'm gonna talk about is something related to the Nintendo annual shareholder, their 75th shareholder, and it's about throwing shade. Stonefox Media basically did the same thing. So again, we all know what happened with the Nintendo Direct in E3 2015. It was disappointing. I gave the conference or the digital event a 5 out of 10, maybe a 6 out of 10, 5 to 6 out of 10. But it was just disappointing, and it's not a live conference. And I already gave my reason. It's a weak decision. It's a weak procedure when you're not doing a conference. Oh, because with Nintendo you get away with it. No, you don't. So anyway, so one part of the shareholder meeting was the shareholders said, and they did actually address it. They actually addressed what happened to E3 2015 and why people were complaining. The shareholders said, okay, so we heard that the Americans viewer were disappointed with your showcase. Why did you show this game? Why did you choose this to showcase on E3 2015? And because of this, they were disappointed, including myself. And even Stonefox Media basically said that. And this is the part that Nintendo throws shades. And for people who don't know what throwing shade means, it's basically trying basically the word I'm trying to look for is you trying to throw blame to someone else, trying to make yourself the good guy that, oh, I'm not the bad guy, they're the bad guy, the other people are the bad guy. Or basically saying that, why are you basically complaining to us? Why don't you complain to this other company, We're not suck. They suck too, man. Just because we suck, they suck too. So why not talk about them? Why you just talking about us? That's basically sort of what throwing shade is that you're trying to say, why are you attacking me? Why are you not attacking someone else? Even so, you probably did something wrong, but you're trying to remove that attack from you or that blame, and you're trying to blame someone else. So that's what throwing shade is. And did Nintendo throw shade? Yes, they did. Like I said before, when the shareholder basically said that, oh, well, why did you show some lame, bad games that people complain? And their response was, you know what, we at least showed a game that's going to come out this year all the way to March 2016. That's what they're saying. That's what they were showing. Like, they're basically saying that the game that they were showing at E3 2015, the game's going to come out starting at this fall, not summer, this fall, September 2015, all the way to March 2016. That's basically their plan is. And the second thing also they did was, the reason they showed those games, and those are the only game they said at the time that they're considering bringing it in America. Yes. So, two things that made a mistake. First of all, you're not really looking at the future. You're just looking, from fall 2015 to all the way to March 2016, those are the game. That's all we're going to show. Whatever. But that's kind of still just show something even beyond that. So people can say, oh, I want to get a Wii U someday. There was no reason to get a Wii U. And in the game they showed, basically, that's only for Americas. So what does that mean? Well, basically mean, and again, because Nintendo's an old company, they're still stuck in the past, they think that E3 2015 is only for the American audience. Buzz wrong. Very, very wrong. Welcome to 2015. This has been the E3 been evolved, I think, even somewhere in the mid 2000s. That, yes, in the old days, believe it or not, E3 was basically American centric. So it basically means you show game that's only meant for America. But throughout the E3, that actually evolved. It changed. What Nintendo doesn't understand is one expo conference does affect the other. So, yeah, maybe E3 2015 may be an American focus, but that also affect Europe and Japan. Gamescom is a European E3, but that also affects American and Japanese. Then the third one, Tokyo Game Show. Focus on Japan and Japanese audience, but again, same deal. It actually reflects the Americans and the Europeans. But Nintendo, because they still think the old ways, they think, oh, E3 is only for Americans, so we're only showing American games. That's why they never showed the RPG game for Operation Rainfall, because they weren't even going to plan to bring it in America until people wanted it. Because again, Nintendo is very cautious. They're so weak. They don't have no confidence with their game. And again, like, oh, we want your money, but really because they're so cautious, I'm sorry, you don't want their money. You don't want the fans' money because, oh, is it going to make us money really? I mean, whatever, man. So again, I agree with Stonefox Media. That's wrong shade. I'm sorry, that was so pathetic. Oh, at least we're showing games that's actually gonna come out. You know what? Sony and Microsoft did? They showed games that's gonna come out like 2 to 3 years. No, Shimune 3 is not gonna come out until like 2017. Final Fantasy 7 Remake is not gonna come out until 2017 or 18. Let's see. Horizon Dawn might be gonna be summer 2016. So they're showing games that people not gonna play. But guess what? That's what people want, because they knew the game's gonna come out this year. They want something new. And Nintendo, you didn't show anything new. You showed something that people already knew what's gonna come out. That's so pathetic, Nintendo. And I agree with someone on Fox Media. That looks so weak and pathetic that you're throwing shade. You even blame Microsoft. Oh, well, Microsoft showing games that's going to come out next year. Let's see, Gears of War 4 is going to come out like 2012, 2016. Yeah, but it's something new that we know. Now people can say, oh, I'm hype about Gears of War 4. I can't wait for that. So I'm going to play my old Gears of War game. Yes, sirree. See, that was pathetic. And that's what I'm saying, that my thoughts on that, Cheryl, that oh my gosh. First of all, they're talking about the digital gaming and physical should be the same. I think that's horse poppycock. Excuse the language. I think that was stupid. I already talked about that. Now you're throwing shade saying that at least our strategy to show game right now. That is so pathetic. It's embarrassing. And he did the same thing also with Gamescom. You're just showing games that's already going to come out. And guess what? Now they finally made an announcement. Well, doesn't really matter. I'll talk about it. But basically, Nintendo did an announcement about games finally going to release in America on via news and a news blog rather than a Nintendo Direct, because I don't know what happened. I guess what happened. They can't probably do it. Whatever. We'll see what happens. But again, they were throwing shade again. Pathetic. At least we're showing games that we know is going to come out this year. Yeah, we know. But same thing with Sony. Same thing with Microsoft. Duh. But we want to see new games that's going to come out in the long run. So it gives me a reason to why get a PS4. Why get me an Xbox One? So far, your conference not really giving me a reason to get a Wii U. I mean, I have a Wii U, but for people who doesn't have a Wii U, you didn't give them a reason to get a Wii U, because you're showing them, you already shown that people didn't really care. You didn't show anything new. Oh, well, at least it's going to come this year. We guarantee it's going to come out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, your games comes out. Oh, and by the way, your games are too expensive. Lower your price. Splatoon. It ain't worth $60. Seriously. Be thankful that you got a lot of loyal Nintendo fans who's willing to pay $60 for Splatoon, but really? Yeah, I'm sorry. When I was thinking about this, it was just made me like face palm. Like they were throwing shade. They're like a bunch of little juvenile kids. That's so pathetic. Made me laugh, really. Made me laugh about the price of the game that they're trying to argue. Made me laugh about the evergreen strategy, which is, I think, was stupid. Made me laugh about their MSRP. Like, they're trying to sell their game because, again, they need money. I get it, but it sounded so greedy. At least Sony and Microsoft, at least they're thinking about the future. But you guys, Nintendo, man, it's kind of sad. But okay, with that sad thing with the shareholder, there is actually good things about what happened to Nintendo, and that's the financial report. Oh, by the way, before I move on to that one, yeah, my response to Stonefox Media is about throwing the shade. Yeah, I agree with him. It was funny. Nintendo's just trying to basically save grace, but really they just show so pathetic. So I agree with Stonefox Media of what he said. That's why I was giving my thought about that, because it just made me laugh. So now moving on to the financial result. their first quarter financial report. The big thing they basically said that finally Wii U finally sold 10 million Wii U as of July 2015. Well, congratulations, you finally did it. Took you longer, really long, because the PS4 within 7 months they finally sold 1 million. Or no, 10 million. I think that's the thing. So they already sold 10 million. And then even Microsoft, when they lowered the price of the Xbox One, they finally sold 10 million. It took them a bit longer, but when Phil Spencer took over, yep, people finally bought the Xbox One. So they basically finally able to sell 10 million Xbox One. And in July 2015, you guys, Nintendo finally able to do it. Congratulations. Took you long, very long enough. But again, because of your decision that you did, and again, props again to Nintendo that they admit their mistake. The price wasn't right. The tablet thing was bad timing. Your Blue Ocean strategy is now really working. That's why you're going to the Red Ocean with the mobile game. Awesome. And now there's even rumor that Nintendo are scrapping the quality of life, whatever that their quality of life. Well, business has to change, so there was a rumor that they might even scrap that, and they said, forget it. So, again, the games are too expensive to some extent, in my opinion, but I know they gotta make money because, again, you have to understand that investors is that their goal is just to make money, to get double of what they do. That's what they're investing on your product. And if they don't believe in your product, why are they supporting you? So, finally 10 million, you finally reached it, really long, but at least you finally made it. And like I said, the thing about also Nintendo is they're finally getting it black, but thanks to Amiibo. Not the Wii U, the Amiibo. It was Amiibo because people wanted it. I get suckered to it. I can't help it. I grew up playing with toys. I like collectibles. They look nice. I play with them, so... But I do just limit myself to Skylander and Amiibo. I didn't get Disney Infinity. Alex from Backlog Battle did, but unfortunately after a while he got tired with it and he just put it in a box. So he had buyer's remorse from it, but whatever. Things like that happen. I'll get back to my story. Is at least they were making money, good job, but you can't really rely on Amiibo because the Smash Brothers line is coming to a close. So what's your big next one? Pokemon? Maybe Animal Crossing, but to some extent, I don't think a lot of people want Animal Crossing. Well, see, I like Animal Crossing, it's a fun game, but right now, there's not really anything good with Animal Crossing. Unless you like Animal Crossing figurines, there you go, but for game-wise, nobody's gonna buy them. As for Young Yoshi, yeah, a lot of people wanted it because it's a stuffed animal and people love that. So finally, a stuffed animal that you can use it with the Amiibo feature, and there's even a big one that costs $40. So, but it's really huge. I don't think a lot of people are gonna buy that because $40 Amiibo, yeah, that's like saying buying a giant Skylander, not just giant for $15, like an uber giant Skylander that's cost $40. I don't know, like giant Spyro or whatever. That'll be funny. Their playset are expensive right now, like the Flint ship, like $50 for that toy. Really, really. Chaos's hideout's like $40. You do get the Chaos figure, but still, really, really. So again, in the shareholder meeting, kind of disappointed what you said about how, at least we're showing you it's going to come out throwing shade. That's so pathetic, but at least in the financial report, you guys are finally making money. Good job. You finally sold 10 million Wii U's. So I guess some people felt sorry for you guys. And you're making more money because of Amiibo. I heard what they sold as of July 2015, 9 million Wii U sold worldwide. Well, it's a $13 collectible toy that can do more than one game, and people keep them because the sculpture's good. They keep them in a box. The same goes with the He-Man or Marvel or DC, whatever. So there you go. So anyway, that's my thoughts about the shareholder/financial report meeting. And with that, thanks for listening. That's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.